Hi, Preston Sandlin here. Today we're going to talk about inspecting a water heater. The water heater I'm inspecting today is a gas water heater, but I'll talk a little bit about electric water heater as well. So a couple of things we're going to look for on this gas water heater. I'm going to flip it over so we can see what we're looking at here. Okay, so it is a 50-gallon water heater. I can just tell because I've seen a bunch of them, but you know, it's also on the plate, 50 gallons. Let me see if I can focus on that. It is also, it's 2005, so we're looking at about 13 years old. It's in relatively pretty good shape though, because you know, there's a little bit of corrosion up there around the top, but not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. Couple other things to start with. Okay, so you have your 3/4 inch pipe coming in and going out. You want to make sure what happens is the cold comes in, and this drip tube, if we could see inside of it, goes all the way to the bottom. So the coldest water is in the bottom of the water heater, and as water heats up, this one is at the top. I mean, it doesn't go all the way down. Now, sometimes they'll reverse those. I mean, they'll hook them up reversed, and it will still heat, but oh my gosh, you're spending so much because you're putting cold water in the top and taking warm water from the bottom, which goes against the warm water rising. So, first of all, I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look to make sure, okay, so I've got hot here and cold there. So you actually would just want to feel the pipes to make sure. It's pretty simple. You'd be surprised. Sometimes I've got the cold. That's definitely the hot, and this is definitely the cold. But I've had that reversed, and that they've been paying a lot of money in heating bills. Okay, next thing we're going to look at is, this is a TPR valve, temperature pressure relief valve. There's a spring in there, and it will release, and there has to be, this has to be 3/4 inch pipe with rigid material, has to be piped down to the pan, or in a pan in this case, because we're in the attic, but it has to be piped down, you know, other places, but you can't just have it here because it's scalding hot water if it came out. So you're going to check this tab. Usually, let's see, this one's set at 150 psi or 210 degrees. So if the pressure exceeds 150 pounds per square inches or 210 degrees, this thing will depress. The reason is, this is a safety mechanism. If your water heater just kept on heating for some reason and didn't, whoa, I about stepped off. It just didn't shut off for some reason, it kept on heating, this thing would become like a bomb if you didn't have this. So this is definitely necessary. Over time though, after about 7 or 8 years, 9 years, sometimes these springs, after so much pressure, will start relaxing a little bit, and it'll just start leaking. At that point, you're going to need to replace these. And they're fairly easy to replace. You're going to need to drain the water down a little bit. Literally, they're like 10 bucks. But then you're going to have to put the rigid material piping back down on it. So, a couple of other things. You should have anode rods in there. They're the sacrificial lamb. Inside of this, you have a glass casing, and that so that it doesn't corrode. And what happens is, the anode rod is a sacrificial lamb. So any bacteria in the water, it will corrode it first. If the anode rod goes, you'll get a sulfur smell in your water. Okay, so finally the furnace went off over there, so you can hear a little better, which is good. So I'm going to come down, and this is, like I said, this is a gas water heater. There's also electric. I usually, when I check them, a couple of things. I'm looking for the gas line to come in, and then you have a dirt leg right here, which dips down. It catches a little bit of the dirt. Pressure regulator like that, regulate the amount of gas coming in. I'm going to turn it up a little bit, and I want to hear the flame, so let's listen for that. Just came on. And then I'm going to listen for about 10 or 15 minutes. I want to hear if I hear a lot of noise in the system itself. If I do hear a lot of noise, there's probably sediment buildup. You're probably going to want to drain out. That's a whole nother video, but you're probably wanting to flush out the system. If you get a lot of sediment build up, that can make the life of your water heater shorter than you would like for it to be. I don't have my gas sniffer with me, but a lot of times I'll test for gas. Obviously smell, they put something in the gas so you can smell it. Also, I would put a gas sniffer here and a carbon monoxide detector there. You're going to look at the flue to make sure there's certain angles, or you obviously don't want too many angles, to make sure that it's vented out properly and it draws properly. You could also take a match and see if it actually draws towards it should. Heating up, hearing a little bit of crackling, but not too bad. If it was really bad, that mean there'd be a lot of sediment buildup in there. This unit looks pretty good, 50 gallon, 2005. I want to talk for a second. If this were a electric unit, you would have there would be no gas hookup, no flame down below here. And also we're going to check the flame in just a second. But there would be you would have an element, an upper element and a lower element. And so basically they look like like a cooking eye on your stove. They're just long like a rod and they loop back around. You'll have one here and one there. The way you would check those, we take those off, disconnect the wires, and we would check with a voltage connector to make sure there's voltage between them. We're going to run the hot water. If it's either just lukewarm or you have hot water but it's for a very short amount of time, you probably got one of the elements burned out. If you have hot water for a short amount of time, the top one's probably working but the bottom one's not. If you just have lukewarm water, your bottom one's probably working but your top one's not. But chances are I would probably replace both of them. They're not that expensive. If one's gone, the other one's probably on its way. The last thing I'm going to do, again, we're going to check the catch pan and also make sure that it has a drain, and it does. I'll look at the flame in here and make sure that it's not flickering all kinds of crazy ways, or you don't have a whole lot of sediment buildup, which this one doesn't. It's in pretty good shape. So all this other stuff here is to light the pilot and whatnot, and that'll be for another video. But all in all, especially since this unit is 13 years old, it's in pretty good shape. Well, this has been Preston Salmon with Home Inspection Carolina. Hope this video has been helpful. If it has, please hit the like button and check out some of our other videos, or check out homeinspectioncarolina.com. We have a whole lot of resources there for you. Thanks a lot for watching.